Hello and welcome to the session on Mobius transformation and conformal mapping. Transformation or mapping. To find the geometrical representation of a function of a complex variable, it requires a departure from the usual practice of Cartesian plotting, where we associate a curve to a real function y equal to f of x. In the complex domain, the function w equal to f of z, that is u plus iv is equal to f of x plus iy, involves for real variables x, y, u and v. Hence, a four-dimensional region is required to plot w equal to f of z in the Cartesian fashion. As it is not possible to have four-dimensional graph papers, we make use of two complex planes, one for the variable z equal to x plus iy and the other for the variable w is equal to u plus iv. If the point z describes some curve c in the z plane, the point w will move along a corresponding curve c dash in the w plane. Since to each point xy there corresponds a point uv, we then say that a curve c in the z plane is mapped into the corresponding curve c dash in the w plane by the function w is equal to f of z, which defines a mapping or transformation of the z plane into the w plane. Example: consider the transformation w is equal to z plus 1 minus I. Let us determine the region d dash of the w plane corresponding to the rectangular region d in the z plane bounded by x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. Since w is equal to z plus 1 minus I, we have u plus iv is equal to x plus iy plus 1 minus I, which is equal to x plus 1 plus I into y minus 1. Thus, u is equal to x plus 1 and v is equal to y minus 1. Hence, the lines x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2 in the z plane are mapped onto the lines u is equal to 1, v is equal to minus 1, u is equal to 2 and v is equal to 1 in the w plane. Some of the standard transformations are translation, magnification and rotation, inversion and reflection. First one, translation, w is equal to z plus c, where c is a complex constant. If z is equal to x plus iy, c is equal to c1 plus I c2 and w is equal to u plus iv, then the transformation becomes u plus iv is equal to x plus c1 plus I into y plus c2. Here u is equal to x plus c1 and v is equal to y plus c2. Every point in the z plane is mapped onto w plane in the same way. Thus, if the w plane is superposed on the z plane, figure is shifted through a distance given by the vector c. Accordingly, this transformation maps a figure in the z plane into a figure in the w plane of the same shape and size. Second on, magnification and rotation, w is equal to c into z, where c is a complex constant. If c is equal to rho e raised to I alpha, z is equal to r e raised to I theta, and w is equal to r e raised to I phi, then r e raised to I phi is equal to rho into r into e raised to I into theta plus alpha. Thus, the point p r theta in the z plane is mapped onto the point p dash rho r comma theta plus alpha in the w plane. Hence, the transformation consists of magnification or contraction of the radius vector of p by rho is equal to modulus of c and its rotation through an angle alpha. Accordingly, any figure in the z plane is transformed into a geometrically similar figure in the w plane. Third one, inversion and reflection, w is equal to 1 divided by z. If z is equal to r e raised to I theta and w is equal to capital R e raised to I phi, then capital R e raised to I phi is equal to 1 by r into e raised to minus I theta. Thus, if p be the point r theta, then p on be the point 1 by r comma minus theta. That is, P1 is the inverse of P with respect to the unit circle with center O. The reflection P dash of P1 in the real axis represents W is equal to 1 by Z. Hence, this transformation is an inversion of Z with respect to the unit circle mod Z is equal to 1, followed by reflection of the inverse into the real axis. Now, let us consider another important transformation called linear fractional transformation or Mobius transformation or bilinear transformation. Mobius transformation. The transformation W is equal to AZ plus B all divided by CZ plus D, where AD minus BC not equal to 0 and A, B, C and D are complex constants, is called a linear fractional transformation or Mobius transformation. When C is equal to 0, W is equal to AZ plus B all divided by D, it is simply a linear transformation. When C not equal to 0, W is equal to A by C plus BC minus AD all divided by C into 1 by CZ plus D, and it is clear that the condition AD minus BC not equal to 0 ensures that a linear fractional transformation, not a constant function. When cleared of fractions, it takes the form AZW plus BZ plus CW plus D is equal to 0, which is linear in Z and W or bilinear in Z and W. Hence, another name for a linear fractional transformation is bilinear transformation. A fixed point of a transformation W is equal to f of Z is a point Z0 such that Z0 is equal to f of Z0. Example. Let us find the fixed points of the bilinear transformations. A, W is equal to 5 minus 4Z all divided by 4Z minus 2, and B, W is equal to Z minus 1 all divided by Z plus 1. If Z is a fixed point, then Z is equal to W. A, W is equal to 5 minus 4Z all divided by 4Z minus 2, which implies Z is equal to 5 minus 4Z all divided by 4Z minus 2, which implies 4Z square minus 2Z minus 5 plus 4Z is equal to 0, which implies 4Z square plus 2Z minus 5 is equal to 0, which implies Z is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus 80 all divided by 8, which implies Z is equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 21 all divided by 4. B. W is equal to Z minus 1 all divided by Z plus 1 implies Z is equal to Z minus 1 all divided by Z plus 1, which implies Z square plus Z minus Z plus 1 is equal to 0, which implies Z square plus 1 equal to 0, implies Z is equal to plus or minus I. The fixed points of case A are minus 1 plus square root of 21 all divided by 4 and minus 1 minus square root of 21 all divided by 4, and of case B are I and minus I. Consider the bilinear transformation W is equal to AZ plus B all divided by CZ plus D. Solve this equation for Z, we get Z is equal to B minus dW divided by CW minus A. Hence, if C is equal to 0, each point in the W plane is the image of one and only one point in the Z plane. The same is true if C not equal to 0, except for the case W is equal to A divided by C. We now extend the domain of definition of the transformation on in order to define a linear fractional transformation T on the extended Z plane. We first write T of Z is equal to AZ plus B all divided by CZ plus D. We then write T of infinity is equal to infinity if C is equal to 0, and we write T of negative of D by C is equal to infinity, and t of infinity is equal to a by c if c not equal to 0. When its domain of definition is extended in this way, the linear fractional transformation on is a one-to-one mapping of the extended complex plane onto itself. That is, t of z1 not equal to t of z2 whenever z1 not equal to z2, and for each point w in the extended plane, there is a point z in that plane such that t of z is equal to w. Hence, associated with the transformation t, there is an inverse transformation T inverse defined on the extended plane as follows. T inverse of W is equal to Z if and only if T of Z is equal to W. If we interchange Z and W in this definition and in equation Z is equal to B minus dW all divided by CW minus A, we find that T inverse of Z is equal to B minus dZ all divided by CZ minus A with AD minus BC not equal to 0. Thus, T inverse is itself a linear fractional transformation where T inverse of infinity is equal to infinity if C equal to 0 and T inverse of infinity is equal to negative of D by C if C not equal to 0. Two important properties of a bilinear transformation. First one, a bilinear transformation maps circles into circles. Consider W is equal to AZ plus B all divided by CZ plus D. By actual division, this can also be written as W is equal to A by C plus BC minus AD all divided by C square into 1 divided by Z plus D by C, which is a combination of the transformations W1 is equal to Z plus D by C, W2 is equal to 1 by W1, W3 is equal to BC minus AD all divided by C square into W2, W is equal to A by C plus W3. By these transformations, we successively pass from Z plane to W1 plane, from W1 plane to W2 plane, from W2 plane to W3 plane, and finally from W3 plane to W plane. Now, each of these transformations is one or another of the standard transformations W is equal to Z plus C, W is equal to CZ, W is equal to 1 by Z, and under each of these a circle always maps onto a circle. Hence, the bilinear transformation maps circles into circles. Second one, a bilinear transformation preserves cross ratio of 4 points. Let the points Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z4 of the Z plane map onto the points W1, W2, W3 and W4 of the W plane respectively under the bilinear transformation W is equal to AZ plus B all divided by CZ plus D. If these points are finite, then we have Wj minus Wk is equal to A into Zj plus B all divided by C into Zj plus D minus A into Zk plus B all divided by C into Zk plus D, which is equal to A into D minus B into C all divided by C into Zj plus D into C into Zk plus D into Zj minus Zk. Using this relation for j comma k is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, we get W1 minus W2 into W3 minus W4 all divided by W2 minus W3 into W4 minus W1 is equal to Z1 minus Z2 into Z3 minus Z4 all divided by Z2 minus Z3 into Z4 minus Z1. Thus, this cross ratio of 4 points is invariant under bilinear transformation. This property is very useful in finding a bilinear transformation. If one of the points, say Z1 tends to infinity, the quotient of those two differences which contains Z1 is replaced by 1. that is z1 minus z2 into z3 minus z4 all divided by z2 minus z3 into z4 minus z1 is equal to z3 minus z4 all divided by z2 minus z3. Example: find the bilinear transformation which maps the points z is equal to 1, I, minus 1 onto the points w is equal to I, 0, minus I, and hence find the image of mod z less than 1. Let the points z1 is equal to 1, z2 is equal to I, z3 is equal to minus 1 and z4 is equal to z map onto the points w1 is equal to I, w2 is equal to 0, w3 is equal to minus I and w4 is equal to w. Since the cross ratio remains unchanged under a bilinear transformation, 1 minus I into minus 1 minus z all divided by I plus 1 into z minus 1 is equal to I minus 0 into minus I minus w all divided by 0 plus I into w minus I, which implies w plus I all divided by w minus I is equal to z plus 1 into 1 minus I all divided by z minus 1 into 1 plus I. By componendo dividendo we get 1 minus I into minus 1 minus z all divided by I plus 1 into z minus 1 is equal to I minus 0 into minus I minus w all divided by 0 plus I into w minus I, which implies 2w divided by 2I is equal to z plus 1 into 1 minus I plus z minus 1 into 1 plus I all divided by z plus 1 into 1 minus I minus z minus 1 into 1 plus I, which implies w is equal to 1 plus iz divided by 1 minus iz, which is the required bilinear transformation. We have w is equal to 1 plus iz all divided by 1 minus iz, that is z is equal to I into 1 minus w all divided by 1 plus w. Thus, modulus of I into 1 minus w all divided by 1 plus w is equal to mod z, which is less than 1, or modulus of I into modulus of 1 minus w is less than modulus of 1 plus w, or modulus of 1 minus u minus iv less than modulus of 1 plus u plus iv, or 1 minus u the whole square plus v square is less than 1 plus u the whole square plus v square, which reduces to u greater than 0. Hence, the interior of the circle x square plus y square is equal to 1 in the z plane is mapped onto the entire half of the w plane to the right of the imaginary axis. Example: prove that w is equal to z divided by 1 minus z maps the upper half plane into the upper half plane. We have w is equal to z divided by 1 minus z, which implies z is equal to w divided by 1 plus w. We know that y is equal to z minus z bar all divided by 2i, that is equal to 1 by 2i into w by 1 plus w minus w bar divided by 1 plus w bar, which is equal to 1 by 2i into w plus w into w bar minus w bar minus w into w bar all divided by modulus of 1 plus w square, which is equal to 1 divided by 2i into 2iv divided by modulus of 1 plus w square, which is equal to v divided by modulus of 1 plus w square. Since y greater than 0, v divided by modulus of 1 plus w square is greater than 0, which implies v greater than 0. Example: find the bilinear transformation that maps the points infinity, I, 0 into 0, I, infinity. Let W is equal to AZ plus B all divided by CZ plus D be the required transformation. Let Z1 is equal to infinity, Z2 is equal to I, Z3 is equal to 0 and Z4 equal to Z, W1 is equal to 0, W2 is equal to I, W3 is equal to infinity and W4 is equal to W. Z1 minus Z2 into Z3 minus Z4 all divided by Z2 minus Z3 into Z4 minus Z1 is equal to W1 minus W2 into W3 minus W4 all divided by W2 minus W3 into W4 minus W1 implies infinity minus I into 0 minus Z all divided by I minus 0 into Z minus infinity is equal to 0 minus I into infinity minus W all divided by I minus infinity into W minus 0, which implies minus Z divided by I is equal to minus I divided by W, which implies W is equal to negative of 1 by Z. Conformal mapping. Suppose two curves C1 and C2 in the Z plane intersect at the point P and the corresponding curves C1 dash, C2 dash in the W plane intersect at P dash under the transformation W equal to f of Z. If the angle of intersection of the curves at P dash both in magnitude and sense, then the transformation is said to be conformal at P. Definition. A transformation which preserves angles both in magnitude and sense between every pair of curves through a point is said to be conformal at the point. Theorem. If f of z is analytic and f dash of z not equal to 0 in a region R of the z plane, then the mapping W is equal to f of z is conformal at all points of R. Let P of Z be a point in the region R of the Z plane and P dash of W the corresponding point in the region R dash of the W plane. Suppose P moves on a curve C and P dash moves on the corresponding curve C dash. Let Q Z plus delta Z be a neighboring point on C and Q dash W plus delta W be the corresponding point on the curve C dash, so that vector PQ is equal to delta Z and vector P dash Q dash is equal to delta W. Then delta Z is a complex number whose modulus R is the length PQ and amplitude theta is the angle which PQ makes with the x-axis. Delta Z is equal to R e raised to I theta. Similarly, delta W is equal to R dash into e raised to I theta dash, where R dash is the modulus and theta dash is the amplitude of delta W. Delta W divided by delta Z is equal to R dash divided by R into e raised to I into theta dash minus theta. Let the tangent to C at P make an angle alpha with the x-axis and the tangent to C dash at P dash make an angle alpha dash with U axis, then as delta Z tends to 0, theta tends to alpha and theta dash tends to alpha dash. F dash of Z is equal to dW divided by dZ, which is equal to limit delta Z tends to 0, delta W divided by delta Z, which is equal to limit delta Z tends to 0, R dash divided by R into e raised to I into theta dash minus theta. Let it be equation number 2. Since f dash of Z not equal to 0, let f dash of Z is equal to rho e raised to I phi, then rho is equal to modulus of f dash of Z and phi is equal to amplitude of f dash of Z. From 2, rho into e raised to I phi is equal to limit delta Z tends to 0, R dash divided by R into e raised to I into theta dash minus theta. Thus, rho is equal to limit delta z tends to 0 r dash divided by r, and phi is equal to limit delta z tends to 0 theta dash minus theta, which is equal to alpha dash minus alpha. Now let C1 be another curve through P in the z plane and C1 dash the corresponding curve through P dash in the w plane. If the tangent to C1 at P makes an angle beta with the x-axis and the tangent to C1 dash at P dash makes an angle beta dash with u-axis, then phi is equal to beta dash minus beta. Now we have phi is equal to alpha dash minus alpha and phi is equal to beta dash minus beta, which implies beta dash minus beta is equal to alpha dash minus alpha, which implies beta minus alpha is equal to beta dash minus alpha dash, which is equal to gamma. Thus, the angle between the curves before and after the mapping is preserved in magnitude and sense. Hence, the mapping by the analytic function w is equal to f of z is conformal at each point where f dash of z not equal to 0. Critical point. A point at which f dash of z equal to 0 is called a critical point of the transformation w is equal to f of z. Example. Find the critical points and invariant points of the transformation w is equal to 1 by 2 into z plus 1 by z. Critical points are given by dw divided by dz is equal to 0. That is 1 by 2 into 1 minus 1 divided by z square equal to 0, which implies z is equal to plus or minus 1. The invariant points are given by z is equal to f of z. That is z is equal to 1 by 2 into z plus 1 divided by z. That is 2z is equal to z square plus 1 all divided by z, which implies z square is equal to 1, implies z is equal to plus or minus 1. Let me summarize this session. The transformation gives geometrical visualization of functions of complex variable. Through this section, it is intended to explain the bilinear transformation, invariant points, conformal mapping, critical points, etc. The transformation, which preserves angles both in magnitude and sense between every pair of curves through a point, has great relevance in many physical problems. Now you can try to solve the problems given here. 1. Show that the bilinear transformation w is equal to 2z plus 3 all divided by z minus 4 maps the circle x square plus y square minus 4x is equal to 0 into the line 4u plus 3 is equal to 0. 2. Find the transformation which maps the points minus 1 comma I comma minus 1 to 2 comma I comma minus 2 respectively. Find the critical points also. 3. If z0 is the upper half of the z plane, show that the bilinear transformation w is equal to e raised to I alpha into z minus z0 all divided by z minus z0 bar maps the upper half of the z plane into the interior of the unit circle at the origin in the w plane. 4. Show that when z0 equal to 0, the transformation w is equal to e raised to I alpha into z minus z0 all divided by z0 bar into z minus 1 is a rotation about the origin through the angle alpha plus pi. 5. Prove that if the origin is a fixed point of a bilinear transformation, the transformation can be written in the form w is equal to z divided by cz plus d. Hope that you can refer the books for further reading. On Complex Variables and Applications by Ruel V. Churchill, James W. Brown and Roger F. Verhey. International Student Edition, McGraw-Hill Publishers. 2. Higher Engineering Mathematics by B. S. Grewal, Khanna Publishers. 3. Complex Variables, 2nd edition by Stephen D. Fisher, Dover Publications. 4. Engineering Mathematics by N. P. Bali and Dr. Manish Goyal, Lakshmi Publications. 5. Foundations of Complex Analysis by S. Ponnusamy, Narosa Publishing House. Thank you for watching this program. Hope that you have enjoyed this session. We can meet again with another topic. Till then, take care.